The Porter Davis nightmare continues. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee and let's check out this article discussing, well, the ongoing Porter Davis nightmare, everyone. So, Porter Davis owners stuck in a never-ending nightmare. Boy. So, frustrated families impacted by the collapse of building company Porter Davis are stepping up calls for state and federal government to end their nightmare. The home builders' customers in Victoria will on Sunday stage a protest on the steps of the Victorian Parliament in a show of solidarity. They want affected families to be given financial and legal assistance to help them navigate their next steps. Regulatory failings have allowed builders to take money without issuing the required insurance, the organisers said in a statement. We're desperately calling on the Victorian government to do what matters and support victims. Organiser Eric Poon said his life has been upended since the company went into liquidation last month, impacting about 1,700 builds in Victoria and Queensland. The Melbourne resident says he's become anxious and stressed as his family faces paying both a mortgage with rising interest rates and rent, while having no idea if their dream home will ever be built. We want Porter Davis to take responsibility for their actions and ensure that families who've invested in their homes receive proper compensation and support, Mr. Poon told the AAP. I find myself checking my phone hoping for updates from the liquidator and the government, yet there is nothing. It feels like a never-ending nightmare. What about the people in Mascot Towers, mate? They're still screwed. This is the harsh reality of it. You may lose your deposits. They may all be gone. Mr. Poon says he is one of the Porter Davis customers without insurance, as he fell into a gap between paying the deposit and waiting for the permit as his Lilydale home in outer Melbourne to be obtained. He lived in Melbourne. I grew up in Coldstream, one town over from Lilydale. So it's a bit of a hike out to Lilydale, honestly. He said many customers have been told they may not get their deposits back and are struggling to get clarity on whether they can hire third-party builders to continue with the works. Our group consists of around 200 families who have collectively paid $5.5 million in deposits. Okay, so what are we looking at here? What, 5.5 million divided by 200. So $27,500 deposit, which is significant money, but you may have to cop it. I mean, losing that is going to sting, but it's not like some of the crypto bros who lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. You can recover from that if you're young enough. It's going to suck. So, while this amount may seem insignificant to the government, it represents years of savings for ordinary people like us. Liquidators Grant Thornton confirmed on Friday that more than 80 builders have applied to complete the unfinished Porter Davis homes, with at least 15 having the scale and capability to do the work. Customers are not obliged to engage one of these builders to complete their home. However, you may consider contacting one of these builders directly to discuss how they can assist you, the liquidators told customers in a letter. Premier Daniel Andrews has stood by a refusal to bail out the company, and the Victorian Building Authority is investigating whether Porter Davis may have breached any laws. Does it matter? They're all under now. They're gone. What are you going to do? Probably go to the directors. Protest organisers say they will continue to stage demonstrations until governments step in. A federal government spokeswoman said the Commonwealth was monitoring the situation, but consumer safeguards only existed at a state level. Well, there you go, guys. So let's have a bit of a talk about this one. I mean, I feel sorry for the people there that are stuck in this situation. But, I mean, is this the Australian way, just to always go to the bloody government every time? I guess it is. You know, that's the shared burden mentality that they have, that we all have here in Australia. Go to the government, doesn't work out. You tell me, guys. What do you think? Maybe write it off. If you get it back, fantastic. Move on. What do you reckon? I guess that might be a little bit too harsh for some to hear, but that's probably the sad reality of it. As always, what you may have to do is reduce the scale of your home. I'm working on a video comparing, and we'll go through 60s and 70s houses to houses today. So when we're looking at the prices of the houses back in the days, how cheap they were, what people were building was very different to what you're building nowadays. Maybe they need to redesign and reduce the scale of the works that they're doing to compensate for burning 30 grand on a dodgy builder. Hey, through no fault of their own, but these things happen. That's how you've got to adapt. What do you reckon? As always, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Check out Heise BIM and Heise Does. And if you're a fan and want to support us, you can on YouTube or Patreon. Use our referral links, buy our pocket squares, or call us if you need an architect. Take care. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.